All right, I'm back. For some reason, I wanted to show you this Paul Isinger sand shot, but it makes the sound go away. He's your best friend, Pat. Come on. You want to see him. All right, well, let's see. I got 6 people watching. We got any more questions out there? I came on early, so most people are probably expecting us to start at 9. So I decided to just come on early, kind of get warmed up, and annoy Patrick. I gotta find Pat's swing for everyone to see. You guys gotta see Pat's swing. There's 5 people on here, so. What'd you say? My 9-iron is 35 degrees. It might be stronger than that. It might be. What are you playing, Pat? You got some strong irons too, I believe, right? This is Patrick. You see Patrick? He's just upset because I keep beating him when we play this stupid little 9-hole course. In the bunker, is a flat or upright swing benefit you? Definitely upright. So you don't want to get too flat in the bunker. It's bad. You want to pick the club up. You want to get the club up and down. So definitely more upright. And always a cut swing. You're always swinging left. I want to do bunker lessons. Always swinging left in the bunker. Pick it up, swing left. Okay. Slicers, people who slice the ball, tend to be very good out of bunkers. People who hook and draw the ball are terrible out of bunkers. People with like shallow inside-out swings are never very good in bunkers unless they're like really good players who figured it out. But it's just bad. People who slice the ball, they get in the bunker and they put their slice swing on it and it comes out perfect every time. So get the club up, down, swing left. So you want in a bunker, so say with a driver, your swing would be like a U, right? Very soft, but in a bunker, it's more like a V. It's like up and down. So that's why if you watch my one video where I talked about wide or narrow with the right arm, like if you're wide and you got a real wide swing, these guys, they're never very good at bunkers. If you're getting that right arm away from you, it makes it harder in a bunker. You're better off getting the club up and getting it a little more, vertical and you get more speed quickly and easily that way. I'm really mad I don't have Pat's swing ready because I should have known he was going to come on here. But I'll find it. I'll find it. I think I have Oh, here you go. Found it. Yeah. Did he say that? Did Will say that? Honestly, did he say that? Because I wouldn't be surprised. Here we go. I got to get better at this. There he is. There's Pat. So this is Pat, everyone. Let me get your whole swing there. So this is Pat. Let's look at Pat's swing. I don't know which day this was because Pat's got something different going every day. Here we go. All right, let's do a little swing analysis. since Pat's on here. All right, here we go. All right, let me move Pat up a little. There we go. All right, here we got Pat. All right, Joe wants to talk about ball position and weight. That's an interesting one. There is no... Let me tell you something. There's people, they put the ball forward. I mean, Nicholas played everything off his front foot. I think... What was it? Hogan or Snead moved it... I think Snead moved it for every swing to a different position. When it comes to weight, you've got stack and tilt, where you set more weight up front and keep it up front. Generally, here's how it is. So, ball position should be where the club hits the ground, because where the club hits the ground depends a lot on your swing and where you center your chest is. So I don't like putting the ball too far back. You're hitting too down on it and everything gets like low and ugly. Somewhere around your front, your instep is where you should play the ball. And weight, you know, you want to start with a little more up front and then just kind of let it go back. But I could do a whole video on that. It's, you know, your weight should... Probably too many people shift too much weight back. So they kind of shift all their weight on their back foot. And, you know, the most of the swing happens around your front leg. And I did stack and tilt for a while, where you basically keep a lot of weight on your front. Now let's look at Pat's swing here. There we go, Pat. You still here, Pat? Let's see what Pat's got going. Actually, I think the guy behind Pat's a lot better. But we'll look at Pat's anyway. Right now, Pat's thinking, what am I going to do on this swing? Oh, kind of rolled it open there on the takeaway. But a little roll open. All right, so, Joe, you want to talk about weight, okay? So let's look at Pat. Let's see what's going on with him. Now, he's kind of got the head cocked forward. Like he tends to not get any spine tilt. Look at his so he's kind of got a reverse C going. His weight's fine, but look at this curve. Let me see, I can actually draw. So let's see. How do we do this? I got a line. Here we go. So watch this. So we have this kind of like this curve. See this? A curve in his body. He tends to keep his head very over the ball. And it's creating this kind of like backwards curve. And it's kind of a strange look. And his hips have moved away from the target. So let's see what happens on the downswing. I would think his head's going to go back. Let's see. There we go. There we go. See, he sits down nicely. Watch this. See how he goes down? Very good. Nice. Nice. So right arm's a little stuck behind him there. You can see his right arm. Let me erase this. Erase. There you go. So his right arm has gotten a little behind him. Let's see what happens. I know Pat's swing pretty well. I don't know what day this was. Pat says this is old me. I think this was like a week ago. Yes, yes, you want a dip. You want your head to go down. Your head should go down. So good players, their heads go down because you're getting into the ground. You're going down. And you have to realize that when you hit a ball, your arms are not both straight like they are at impact. And I've done that in my videos. Like if you swing correctly with the bend in your right arm, your radius is shorter, so you have to go down. And players, like trying to think which video it is. So if your arms are on the side of your body and you come into it with this bend in your right arm, your radius is shorter, you have to go down. Guys like Lee Trevino went way down. They went down like a foot because they were playing the arms on the side of the body and your radius is short. You want to go down. Also, you got to start getting into the ground. You got to create forces into the ground. So a lot of the swing is vertical where you're coming up, and you can't go up if you haven't gone down. You could never jump if you didn't bend down to jump. So yes. And it's really funny because I think Tiger was one of the first guys to really have that like dip kind of look. And Nick Faldo was like always saying, "Oh, Tiger's dipping." Nick Faldo, like, really? And I mean, Tiger could hit a 4-iron past Nick Faldo's driver. So, yeah. So Nick Faldo, he was like a pea shooter compared to Tiger. None of these guys understood that. I mean, I'm sure some of them did it, but yeah, you want to go down so you can create vertical forces and jump up. And I've been working on that, and I go down a little bit, but like I said, Lee Trevino goes way down. Who else goes way? They all go down. Tommy Fleetwood, they go down. The guy loves these comparisons when it comes to golf moves. I do use comparisons. It's called analogies, Pat. Everything's related to everything in life. Hey, you want me to show that picture that I took you? The one I showed you today? I got that. All right, let's look at Pat's swing going. Here we go. All right. Pretty good. So Pat's very this was when he was keeping that right foot really down. And you can see, watch this. So this was kind of an issue. He's really just hanging on his back foot. His weight's not moving well into his front side there. So, and he's having problems with hitting it thin, and I just see that. Like, his back foot's down, and we kind of fixed this. I think he's doing a lot better now. But, I mean, it's a really good swing. You gonna sue me for what? I don't have any money, Pat. I got no money. You can't sue me. So Pat's got a really good swing. He just can't really seem to beat me with it. So, all right. Let's see. Find another swing. He'll sue. You're gonna sue me for what? It costs you more for a lawyer than you'd ever get from me. Here's a great one. Who is this guy? Hang on, I gotta get this coming up. Here we go. That was actually me doing the this was here. That's what I want y'all to see. All right, this is the great Mo Norman. My car's leased. He can't sue me for it. Mo Norman doing his vertical drop, and I'm going to do a video on this. This was a long time ago. Had to be 5 years ago. And I was just exaggerating this move, and I just started to understand this whole like vertical drop thing that Mo Norman does. And I was pounding this ball, man. That thing was smashed. Hang on, Joe. So, all right. It's a good question. So hinge and hold is more like how really good players would chip a golf ball. And when you do the hinge and hold, you should know them both. You should know them both. The putter stroke is worthless out of the rough. It doesn't work. You get a putter stroke is only good if you have like a perfect lie, and putter stroke usually works better with less lofted clubs, like an 8-iron or a 9-iron, and so it's more of like a little bump and run shot. But hinge and hold is how you hit like real shots, like shots out of the rough. Hinge and hold is. I did this one video where I said Phil Mickelson's not God, and this guy got on me because I was kind of ripping Phil Mickelson. It's absolutely genius hinge and hold, but he doesn't really explain the hold part. He just like anyone can hinge it, but then they just unhinge it. Like the hold part's the hard part, which people don't really understand how to do. And I need to get out and start doing short game videos because it's just been cold. It's cold here, so short game's been a little tough right now. But I'm going to Palm Springs, California, and I'm going to do some short game videos in Palm Springs, California. But no, you should learn them both. You should learn them both. You should learn hinge and hold. You should learn, and I'm going to show you a chip that is, it's the easiest way to chip a golf ball. And you can chip it low, you can chip it high, and it's kind of hinge and hold, and it's kind of like a combination between the two, and it's really good. But the thing about chipping is you got to be creative. I mean, good chippers are creative. And you got to have all the shots. Like, you got to be able to lob it high. If you have to hit it over a bunker and stop it on the green, you got to know the shot. I mean, you can't. These people are like, well, I'm just going to do it this way. And then they hit it over the bunker and it rolls off the other side of the green. All right, Pat, I'll see you. I'm going to show you that picture later. All right. I'll record this, though, so you can watch the recording when I show. Good night, Pat. Anyway, Joe, short game is huge. I'm gonna do videos on short game. I'm gonna do like I might have to charge for it. Like a short game Bible. It's gonna be everything you need to know about short game, everything you'll ever need to know, and then it'll have every shot, and then you can, some people just aren't able to do certain shots. No, your hands do not dictate chipping. No, your hands, I mean, it's interesting. Like Tiger said, I just chip it with my hands. Like your hands, you can be handsy that's the thing. You can be handsy when you chip. But the chipping is a small version of a full swing. And that's the most important thing you have to know. And a full swing is not hands, okay? If you're not using the ground and using your body, the sequence is wrong. You're especially not gonna be able to hinge and hold with your hands. It's impossible. Your body has to pivot correctly to hold the angles in a chip. So, I mean, you watch all the great chippers, all these pros, and it kind of looks like they're just maybe using their shoulders and hands, but you watch, like, look at their body, you'll see this motion in their hips that's coming from the ground. Their weight. It's a small version of a swing. Your weight's up front, and you're basically doing everything. There's actually a story, like Ben Hogan was a terrible chipper. He hated chipping, he couldn't chip, and then someone told him that it's a small version of the swing, and then he loved it. And when he figured it out, he's like, oh, now it's cool, because he loved the golf swing. So, I mean, I would say you can chip very well. I think the biggest problem with chipping is people don't know how to control their wrists. You have to learn to control your wrists. So your wrists are what you use to hit a golf ball far, but in chipping, we're trying to hit it short. So any way you can take your wrists out of it helps. So now you want to use your pivot and take your wrists out of it a little more so that you can hit it a short distance. And, and I think too, like, when you're nervous or under pressure, your hands are the first to go every time. your body's always, you know, the muscles in your body don't get as nervous. Your hands get nervous. So if you're chipping with your hands, it's tough. That's my opinion. But you just gonna have to wait for my chipping videos because I don't really use my hands. My chipping is just like my swing. It's not based on hands. It's just like a small version of the swing. So, but there's a million ways to chip. Like I know a guy and he literally takes the club and he goes like that. And he's got this like and he chips good. So I mean if it works, but you know, you expect there's certain things you need to know about chipping, and then there's also a million different ways to chip. But I'm gonna lay it on you now. There's this secret to chipping, and I'm not giving it away now, and it might not be until a paid video where I'm giving away the secret to chipping, because I figured out the secret to chipping. I've watched so many. I mean, it's incredible. It's like a epidemic of bad short game, and I just see it all the time, and it's what everyone does wrong. Everyone, they don't understand, and I know it, and I want to charge for it. I want to get paid, so I'm gonna do like a short game Bible video. I'm gonna put it on Gumroad. It's gonna be like a digital download. I'm gonna charge $50. It's gonna be a lot of work. I mean, there's a lot to it. So I'm gonna talk about bounce, how to use bounce. I'm gonna talk about how to chip off uneven lies. I mean, the way people chip off a downhill lie is like crazy. They can't chip off a downhill lie. It's all about, yes, it is all about feel. Absolutely. But it's also, you have to understand certain things. So you can get on a downhill lie and feel right, but if your shoulders aren't tilted correctly with the hill, the path of the club's wrong. And if you're on an uphill lie, like say you're in a fairway and you just stand there with level shoulders, your club's going down into the upslope and your chance of success is way less. It's just simple physics. Like the club's going down into this hill and your target area is tiny. But if you tilt with the hill and you swing along the slope, now your target area is much bigger, and there's more room for error, and you still get a good shot. So, just a lot to know. I mean, certain guys can feel it, but they know what they're doing. They understand certain things. But I'm telling you right now, my secret to chipping is, without a doubt, I mean, I see it. It's like the movie where the kid sees dead people. I see it all the time, and I see these, and it's just simple as this. When you see those arms, where someone chips and the arms just keep going, like way up in the air, they're clueless. They don't have a clue. If you watch a pro, he chips and his hands stop. Why do his hands stop? I'm not gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you in my video. It's everything. Everything. Every great player, they chip and their hands stop. And they can stop. And that's it. So does anyone got any more questions? So it says I have 9 people watching. So how about a question from someone? But yeah, man, if you want, like, short game I'm a caddy, man. It's brutal. Oh, here we go. Dope Productions. Opinions on X20 Callaway clubs. Is that the old X20s? Dill, is that they're old irons, right? I can bring them up. I know the X15s were super hot, great clubs. They were like one of the big. Hang on a sec. I'll bring them up. Let me just. I'm a little slow on here. I'm not a. Here we go. I got it. Okay. Actually, I guess I might have to do. Here we go. 20. Okay. So bring these up, and we'll do this. Here we go. All right. Let me bring me back. Now, Callaway X20 Tour Iron. So, okay, Mozart, I'll answer that question, but let me answer Dill's. Let me talk about these irons real quick. Dill, can you text me real quick? What's your handicap? Like, what's your handicap? And how far do you hit it? So these are tour irons. So the lofts are going to be weaker. They're going to go higher, and they're. I'm sure they're very forgiving. They look really nice. I know the X15s were super popular. Um, you know, I would just say hit them. Okay, I don't like Callaway irons myself. They're clumpy. They're clunky looking. They're just kind of. But these look nice. And I'll tell you what. I don't know if you ever saw my videos on Jay Sigel. He was a big Callaway. He loved Callaway irons, and he was a hell of a lot better than any of us. So I think you should just probably try them or just look at them. These are tour irons though. So tour irons are less forgiving and go less far. So if you want distance, you might want to try something else. All right, Graves. I am big on the Graves swing. I did Todd Graves swing for a long time, and it's really good. It's very like a method. All right, let's see. He teaches one swing that they treat putting, chipping, pitching irons. Yeah, there should definitely be a little forward shaft lean on putting. So yeah, so when you putt, here's my thing. Now, if you have a good putter, you certainly don't want the shaft backwards. That's shifted back. You want a little shaft lean. But if you have a good putter, you don't really have to lean the shaft, and it rolls very well. But if you have a ball that's coming off the green, like on long putts, you got to start pushing the shaft forward and taking loft off. Like I had a Scotty Cameron putter. Man, you pay a lot of money for those things. It was a Scotty Cameron Golo, and that thing just came off the green all the time when I would hit long putts. It would just come off the ground, like the first foot. And I had to start pushing the shaft forward to keep it down on the green, and it worked, but I'm like, this is stupid. Now I have a Jailbird Mini Odyssey, and it never comes off the green. And I had an even roll, never came off the green. So the Scotty, it just came off the green. So these things have different lofts. Here's another thing. So if you're pulling the ball, yeah, push the shaft forward. It definitely stops the pulls. Shaft back, you pull it. Shaft forward, you push it when you're putting. If you're pulling it, get your hands a little forward and lean the shaft. But I love that. I did the one plane swing. I gotta find it. I got some of those swings. I did one. I was out on the range and I did one. I did the Mo Norman swing for a while, and I hit driver great with the Mo Norman swing. And irons just got like you're too like shallow, and my irons were going real high and they were going less far, and then out of the rough it was not very good. Like that swing, but Mo Norman was never in the rough, right? I mean, Mo never hit it in the rough. So, but I got to hit it out of the rough. All right, let's see. C. Phillips. Ping I-200s on grass was consistently ball first and divot. With my Callaway, I don't always get that. Would the irons really make that much of a difference on I would kind of say it could be your swing. I mean, honestly, I think someone who's got good low point and hits the ball in the ground and pick up any iron. Unless you're a super, if you're a really low handicap player and you're noticing a very slight difference, and irons are irons. Like if you don't like them, you just might not like them. But I mean, I know people, and I've seen people who've had irons and hit them like crap the first week they had them, and then they just start hitting them great. You know, sometimes you got to fit into an iron. You got to just like give it a little time. I mean, you know, hitting ball and in ground is your swing. It's not necessarily the iron. So, and I'm not like a club expert. So you hit the Ping i200s. They were nice irons. I hit those AI smokes. I liked them. They felt good. So I would just, you got to get your weight a little forward, get your chest center a little forward. You just got to start going forward. I mean, if you pull out an i200 and all of a sudden you hit that perfect, and then you still hitting a little behind with the AI smokes, and yeah, I guess it could be the iron. That would be the quickest way to figure it out, you know. But if it could just be your swing. It could be a shaft. I mean, if the shaft is too whippy, it's gonna. So if the shaft is too whippy, it might be kind of hitting the ground first. You know, that's possible too. It's like unloading into the ground a little bit. But that's the best advice I can give you. I mean, I would keep with the AI. I mean, if you bought the AI smokes, just hang with them. You got to get your centers forward, your chest forward, and you'll hit the ground. And make sure you're not throwing the club. If you're throwing your angles away, you're going to hit it fat. So, all right, crypto. I keep decelerating on my downswing, and the ball goes to the right. Is this a thing, by the way? All right, so crypto channel. Let me tell you something right now. Decelerating does not really make the ball go right. I don't know why you would. So I'd have to really look at your swing to see what's going on there. To me, you know, when I used to hit it right, and I learned how to kind of put on the brakes, like actually try to slow down, which would be decelerating, because that's what happens. Your hands are moving and you're actually slowing them down through impact. I mean, I have this, the one video I did on closed club face, what was it called? Where Paul Isinger is talking about, he goes, I'm just trying to stop it. I'm trying to stop the club. So that's when you put on the brakes, it squares the club up. And I used to hit drives to the right, and I was like, well, I'm just going to swing through it. And I would just hit them more right. And then I realized you got to put on the brakes. When you put on the brakes, then the club catches up and it squares up. So I'd have to look at your swing. Hey, crypto, I mean, if you want, I can look at your swing. So I do video analysis, FeelForce Golf at Yahoo, and I'll look at your swing. $40. I give you, trust me, I do a good analysis, and I give you all sorts of drills, whatever you want to know. All right, deal with the X20s. I just broke 100 pounds. Oh, so you just broke 100? No. You're perfectly good irons. They're perfectly good. I think if you just broke 100, I would keep swinging them. But you know, it's nice to buy new irons. So you know. All right, Joe says, do you recommend heavy irons with mass? It depends. I have light irons. I love them. Now they're a little iffy out of deep rough. So I like light irons. They go faster. They're easier to swing. I hit them farther. But you got to know how to swing a light iron. So certainly up to you. You know, heavy's better, certainly when you got to go through something like grass. All right, Mozart says 78, a 10 handicap, but I want to get better. Oh, thanks, Mozart. Appreciate it. Yeah, let me tell you something. I gave a guy a lesson who said, Mozart, if you're still here, I gave a guy a lesson yesterday, 78 years old. And he's just like all tight, and he's just like tight, and he's not hinging the club at all. And I just got him to loosen up and get that club hinging. And I told him, I said, the ball's not the target. He kept swinging at the ball. I'm like, the target's out there. And and he just started swinging through it. And it was great. I mean, he looked at me with this big smile. He's like, thank you. And I was like, it was great. So he was very happy. So, yeah, crypto, about the downswing. Seriously, dude, like, just send me your video. You won't regret it. Okay, I'm real good at this, so I'll figure out why. I can figure out why you're hitting it right. If you're hitting it right, if it's a issue of left to right, make sure you send me a down the line one too, from behind. It's nice to have both sides, but so I mean, it's certainly, I mean, I don't know. I wish I could remember. Let's see. Oh, Dylan, if you were to purchase a new set of irons, what would you recommend? You want to buy new irons? New. Okay, well, tell me about you. Let's see. Did you already tell me how? So, Dill, what's your handicap? How big are you? How old are you? Are you a strong player? Not so strong player. And I'll give you some advice. I need to know a little bit about you, though. I have some good advice. So just let me know. If I need to know if you're like if you're a really low handicap or if you're a mid handicap. I actually have really good advice. But so I might as well start now and just tell you. So Dill, look. Hollow irons are the greatest thing ever to happen to golf. So every company makes hollow irons. And the only people that don't benefit the most so much from hollow irons are really, really, really good players. Okay. So every company has hollow irons. PXGs are all hollow. TaylorMade has P790s. Ping are mostly all hollow. They have some cavity back. And Titleist has some really nice new hollow irons. They're really sharp looking. Okay, 31 handicap. Yes, 6 feet and 25 years old. All right, let's see. All right, Dill. So you're 6 feet and 25 years old. You probably don't. Hollow irons are more expensive, but you'll love them. Like, get some P790s, dude. You can't go wrong. TaylorMade P790s are awesome. Great irons. They go super far. Now, here's the thing. If you hit it really far and you don't hit the ball as high, you get P770s, which are a little less strong, and the ball goes high. So and that's all I can say. Like, seriously, it's like you just whatever you like, but you want forgiving, but you don't want goofy distance irons. You don't want stealth irons, or you don't want the QI. You don't want these TaylorMade. They make these crazy distance irons, and they're just stupid. Like, they go far, but they don't hold greens. Oh man, Joe, that's a great question. Are you better off swinging or hitting? That's awesome. Man, oh man, let me tell you something. I'm trying to turn into a hitter. So, I've always been a swinger, and I watched an amazing video. And I'll give these guys a plug because they are incredible. It's called Elite Golf Schools, and they really geek out on the golf swing. And I would say, 39 out of 40 people are going to watch Elite Golf Schools and be like, I'm not into this. Like, but they teach a hitting style of swing, and they geek out on it. It's very like, and that's what I'm trying to do now. So I'm trying to change to be more of a hitter. So, hitters, basically, I would say if you are, I think hitting is, what they teach, though. You got to realize what they teach is a low rate of closure swing. And that's what they teach. And it hits it, not only does it hit, it hits it very, very straight. So, yeah, they'll check out the P790. And I'll tell you what, you can get P790s like a couple years old. And so, yeah, you're 6 foot 25. I might go with the P770s, but the P790s go really far. Don't mix and match them though. Some people do that. They're too far off in lofts. You can't do like short irons and set. Don't do that. Get one or the other. You can't go wrong with either of them. They're awesome. So they're really good. You can't go wrong. All right, Joe. So back to swinging and hitting. So, like a Victor Hovland type of swing he's a hitter, and it's very low rate of closure. And I'm definitely a swinger. But hitting is very intriguing, and I've been doing it at the range, and it feels really good. So that's what I'm working on. So, Hogan was a hitter. He wasn't a swinger. Tiger's a hitter. Basically, hitters hit it farther. So, but, there's these guys teach like a very low rate of closure. Tiger was not a... Tiger had that kind of like the rolling arms, and they teach more of this kind of, like a Lee Trevino would be a low rate of closure, a Ben Hogan, Victor Hovland's their guy that they talk about a lot. His swing looks a little goofy, like I don't know, but it's really interesting. If you ever want to just go to elite golf schools and just like see how much you can stand, because they get really, but it's great. It's certainly it's something to know. But Joe, send me your swing, dude. I'll tell you. If you send me your swing, Joe, I can look at it and be like, because you don't want to change some bizarre, like I change a lot because like I'm doing it because it's winter and I don't care, and I'm gonna do it. But you don't want to change drastically. You can play golf either way. So I mean, if you look at a swing and be like, this guy's definitely a swinger. Like, would you be like, change him, turn him into a hitter? It's not. And then you also have switters. So he could be a switter, right? A swinger and a hitter. So that's all. Yeah, Dill, if you're still here, check out P790s, P770s. I actually have PXGs, and they were given to me, and I love them. And you can go to these... I hope you're still here, Dill. You can go to PXG stores, and you can try them for like 30 days and play with them. And if you don't like them, you bring them back. And can't beat that, So PXGs are very good. Like, they get a bad rap, but they're awesome. They're awesome irons. They got a lot of good to them. The heads are great. And I know two guys I work for who are sick players who play these clubs, and they sound... I hope you're still here, Del. They sound better than the TaylorMades to me. Like, when you hit a P790, it sounds awesome. And 790s sound a little clanky to me. But they're still awesome too. So, but just, I would definitely think about hollow irons, but they are more expensive. All right. Let me, till I get some more questions. What do I got here? Go back. Oh, yeah, so, all right, yeah, Dill. Yeah, check out PXGs, dude. They're really good. But just seriously, I would lean towards hollow. So I don't even think I finished. So, Dill, let me tell you something. The thing about hollow irons is these stud players, like guys who are really, really good, like they might hit like say you hit a 7-iron, like say like a really good player would hit a 7-iron, 185. And with a hollow iron, every once in a while, they just go really far. Sometimes you'll hit one, you'll catch a flyer out of the rough. They're fine out of the fairway, but out of the rough, they just go so far. And for a guy who's trying to shoot 65 and he's coming down the last day of a tournament, that's a disaster. But for someone who's just playing golf and wants to shoot, you're going to get more advantages from hitting it. They're forgiving, they go far, they go high, they feel awesome, they're really good. So I'm a big fan of hollow irons for intermediate and especially like not so intermediate players, but I really like them. So anyway, this is Aronimink Golf Club, and this is where the 2026 PGA will be, and it's going to be awesome. So they're all going to be out there. This is the first hole. Awesome. So this is I figure I just talk about this until I get some questions. This is a Donald Ross golf course. Donald Ross always starts with a long par 4. So if you ever play a golf course and it's a Donald Ross golf course, you're going to get hit with a long par 4 to start with. That's generally his thing. But yeah, it's going to be spectacular. Like, make sure you watch this on TV. It's quite amazing. The G425s. You think? No. I don't think the 420, they're cavity back. Let me think. 425. No. They're definitely they're the cavity backs. They're really good. They're awesome. But I think the Ping didn't start making the hollow ones. You know, hollow. So basically, hollow, you'll see like a little screw, like where they put they put some kind of foam in there. So you can tell there's no cavity. Like if there's a cavity in the recess of the back, it's a cavity back. And hollows usually have a, no cavity on the back. Joe, no. Let me tell you something. 40 grams on a hybrid, no. Let me tell you something about hybrids. You hit them out of the rough. You do not want a really weak shaft when you're hitting a hybrid out of the rough. I would say if you say you had senior shafts, 40 grams is like a senior shaft. Say you had senior shaft on all your clubs, I would say on your hybrids don't have senior shafts because you're trying to hit that thing out of the rough. And the last thing you want is this whippy ass shaft in the rough. Like I actually like hybrids that are a little firmer, like especially because that's what, I hit my hybrids out of the fairway. And I hit a lot of hybrids, especially on this freaking golf course. It's long as hell. Like there might be 3 or 4 par 4s you'd end up hitting hybrids, but they'll save your butt out of the rough, and you don't want that really weak shaft. Yeah, AI smokes are hollow. Yeah, they are. And I hit them. They felt great. I like the AI smokes. They're good. So I like them. Yes, they're hollow. But double check. I mean, you can tell. If the back of it is flat, 50 grams, is it a 50 gram regular or what is it? That's what I need to know. 50 grams is kind of like, it's pretty light for a hybrid. So, I don't, like you guys, I'm very good at clubs, but like shafts and stuff, like I know driver shafts, but 50 grams in a hybrid, that's really light. Usually like a hybrid has like 60 or 70. So, and I'm just telling you right now, I don't want hybrids that are just like noodles when you're hitting out of the rough. Because I'm going to pound that thing out of the rough. I want it to be like stiff. Like I would want my hybrids to be even stiffer. So that's just what I would say. I'd have to see. I mean, Joe, you got my email. If you want to send me the clubs you're looking at, I can look at them. So, regular. Let me think. I have regulars in my hybrids. They might be 50. What club? What brand club you talking about? Is it a TaylorMade? What is it? What's the hybrid? Just tell me what the hybrid is. I mean, if you swing regular shafts, then it's fine. I have regular shafts in my hybrids. They're fine out of the rough. I just wouldn't. I will actually have one of my hybrids I bought on eBay, and it's got a little different shaft, and I don't like it. It's too weak. I don't like that. So, if there were any club in the bag, I would want a stiffer shaft to be hybrids. But if it's, if it's a TaylorMade, like I got the Stealth hybrids, Stealth 2, and it's this like red Ventus shaft they put in it. They're all cheap, pretend Ventus shafts. So they're fine. They're fine. So. Oh, smoke. Okay. I have the guy I caddy for, he's a really good player. He hits those hybrids. I think it's fine. But the question is, do you have regular shafts in all your other clubs? Like what's your driver and your irons? I mean, I wouldn't. I wouldn't start messing. I wouldn't have regular in some and stiff in the other. The only one I'd have stiffer in, I might do regular and everything and a little stiffer in hybrids. But that I just have regular and everything now. So that's all. But you know, I don't. Maybe I'm different. I seem to be able to hit any club, so it's not the end of the world. You know, it's funny. Rick Shields did a video. Oh, okay, yeah, all regular. Yeah, they're fine, Joe. Get the regular. It's fine. Get AI smoke hybrids with regular shafts. They're fine. You know, Rick Shields, that guy, he said he did a video. He goes, I stopped doing shaft. Like he would do shaft testing and shaft reviews. He goes, I stopped doing them because it wasn't making much of a difference. He's like, it wasn't, and it's crazy. Like if if you're like a really, really good player, like if you're hitting it 320 or, 300, yeah, shaft makes a big difference. But for the average player, just get the right flex, If you're regular, get regular, and stiff, get stiff. But although I do have I have a 3-wood, I got this, going against me, I put this shaft in this 3-wood, and it's literally the only club I can't hit. It feels like crap. I mean, some of these shafts that they put in these clubs are just garbage. Like, the stock ping shaft, these Alta shafts, they work, but they're terrible. But whatever. All right. Always per 3-piece ball. Lacoste. Okay, my thoughts on golf balls. I'm a caddy. I haven't bought a golf ball. I'm gonna tell you a funny story. The last golf ball I bought was a sleeve of Balladas. That's how long ago. So that's all I can tell you. I bought a sleeve of Ballada golf balls. It was like a caddy tournament, and I bought this sleeve of Balladas, and I think I cut them in like 8 holes. They were all gone. So I just get Pro Vs, man. I find them all over. It's all over the Z there. See in the rough there on this hole? They're all over the place. So I just pick them up. But so here you go. On balls, yes. The cost of golf balls is absolutely insanely ridiculous. So if I had to buy balls, I might consider, I don't know, are those Snells? I don't want to play a hard ball. I don't want to play a hardcover ball. That's just me. They don't. There's just no control over them. So I would probably opt for. I don't know if Vice makes a cheap ball, but even I think Kirkland, like that Costco ball. I mean, if you wanted cheap balls, you could. But that's I do not like playing garbage golf balls. I don't like Callaway balls. I don't like, the only balls I like are Titleist, Bridgestone. But like I said, if I'm playing like the stupid little course I play, I don't really care, but I don't want to hit a hard ball. A hard ball is terrible. I just hit it over every green, and then when I chip it, it goes flying off the club and it goes too far. So, and then you got to be careful buying used balls because they could be out of water. Some things you got to realize, like sometimes Max Fly. I think I think the Max Fly balls might be pretty good if they're cheap. Yeah, they might be fine. Don't play the soft though. Don't play like Max Fly soft. My brother got them. They're like really low compression. And for you all, just so you know, they did a study and they found out that those soft golf balls are garbage. They don't go any farther. They don't do anything better. So this Callaway Super Soft and Max Fly Soft and Srixon Soft Feel, they may feel okay. I hate them. I mean, they feel it. You get nothing when you hit that thing. So here's an awesome hole. Look in the background. This hole is insane. This is quite a golf hole. If you come up short, it rolls all the way back down the hill, and then with the way people's short games are, they usually end up taking like a 7 on this hole. And this green is a nightmare. So when you watch if you happen to be watching the PGA next year, this is number 11 at a Roniment Golf Club, keep an eye on this hole because you get some big numbers on this hole. This is the hole, okay? So plant that one in your head. Watch the PJ next year. Watch number 11 because you can make anywhere from a 3 to a 7. I mean, really good players can really screw that hole up. Yeah, I've seen some people play the max fly balls, but I wish I could give you some of my Titleists. It's funny, you know. You hang around caddies. Like I got a friend. Like I think there was once where I kind of ran out of balls because I wasn't really picking many up. And I said to a buddy, I said, "You got any golf balls? You know, caddies." And he opens up the trunk and he's got boxes of brand new Titleists. And it's so funny. Like the first hole, there's these woods on the left. And, you know, these people, they're very rich people, and they pull out a brand new sleeve of Titleists, and they just they hit them, and you go in those woods, and it's like you're just picking up like straight out of the sleeve Titleists. Like they've only been hit once, and they haven't been hit very good, so it's funny. But like a big tournament, like a member tournament, man, you go over there, and it's like, oh my god, it's like a treasure hunt with all the Titleists. But this is an awesome one. So this number 13 is going to be a drivable par 4 in the PJ 2026. They put a tee in that's not here when I did this. I did this with my drone. This is drone footage I took. And they're going to be trying to hit this green. And they pulled the out of bounds on the left side down near that left bunker. So there's going to be out of bounds stakes down towards the bunker, and they're going to try and drive the green. All right, Joe says, I swing relatively flat. Should I swing horizontally? Not sure what you mean by swinging horizontally, but you should probably send me your swing and I could look at it. That's all I can say. If you swing flat, you want to create more twerking action. Pretty sure I just did a video on that. Oh yeah, my how to rotate video. So, and I don't know if you're talking about the just swinging horizontally. Like that's always good to do. You know, bring the swing plane up in front of you just to kind of get the feel for it. But, I don't even know if you are swinging flat on your downswing. Some people think they are, and then you look on video and they're actually steep. So, you know. Send me your swing. That would certainly work. So. I mean, Joe, you got a lot of questions. I'd actually like to see your swing, dude. I'd like to help you. But you got a lot of questions. I'd love to see your swing. I'd love to help you. I mean, I've done, I started doing the video swing thing, and I've done, I think, 4 now, and the people are loving it. Because what I do is, I look at your swing, I break it down, and then I'll do like 20 minutes of like all these things that you can be thinking about. Like, it's crazy. Like, people go and they go get a lesson, right? And they go to this pro, and the pro's like, well, I can't screw this person up. And so they got to pick one little thing to maybe, hopefully, they will hit it better at that lesson. And then they give them that one little thing, and then they hit it a little better at the lesson, maybe, or they just hit it terrible, and then they never go back for lessons again. And, you know, they give them that one little thing, and usually it's like a Band-Aid. Yeah, do that, Joe. Send it to me. But, you know, pros, they give you that one little thing, and then what happens is, like, say the pro says, get your hands higher. Well, and you hit a couple good shots. Now you're out there and you're like, I got to get my hands higher. And you're getting your hand, and now you get your hands too high. And he never told you, like, why. You need to know, like, why are my... And I literally know a situation where a guy got a lesson from the pro, and he's like, yeah, he said, get my hands higher. And I'm like, really, why? And the kid already had really high hands. And he's like, I don't know. He just said, get my hands higher. And that's like, it's crazy. That's like when I went to computer school. And I had some bad teachers in computer school, and they'll be like, just hit this, just press this. I'm like, well, what's it doing? Like, don't just tell me just press this. I want to know why. Like, what is this addressing? What problem, and how is it fixing it? Don't just give me like, do this, do that. It's not good. It's not how you learn anything. It's stupid. So, and I'm not trying to rip pros. Maybe I'm a little bit, but there's a lot of pressure on them, and especially, the problem is people go for lessons in the middle of the season. It's like you go for this lesson in the middle of the season, and it's like you want to play golf, but you don't want to screw with your swing too much. And I tell people, like, it's wintertime. You can actually make you have enough time in the winter. You can get out there and just make some changes. Winter's when you want to do it, or start early spring if you want to make changes. Oh, you got it, Joe. They're definitely going to keep coming. It's kind of cold, but I'll keep it up. I'm going to Palm Springs, California for 2 weeks. So I'm going to be doing videos from Palm Springs. It's pretty nice out there. All right. But, yeah, like, I was giving this guy lessons, and I'd be like, his name was John. I'd be like, John, it's a beautiful day. It's December. You want a lesson? He's like, no, I'm going to wait till April. What? You want me to give you lessons in April, and then you expect to play good golf by April? It's stupid. So, he'd call me in April, and I'd be like, okay, now what am I going to do for you? Like, what am I going to do? So, I mean, you can learn more about the golf swing in front of a mirror in your freaking apartment or in your house than you can, like, but, and a lot of these people, like, they might be like, oh, I got a big member coming up. I need a lesson. And they got to play this tournament, and the pro's like, oh my God, like, oh my, I got to get this guy hitting it good for this tournament. So it's like one little Band-Aid, put a little Band-Aid on what's going on. No one's learning anything. 40 years I've been seeing this. 40 years. I've been watching people's games for 40 years not get any better and get worse. And 40 years later, they're as clueless as they were. They have no clue. No clue. They don't know why they're slicing it. Let me see. Do I have people on here? Here. Okay. There's 7 people watching. Let me tell you something. I know a guy. I've been watching this guy play golf for 30 years. And he's not the only one. He's been trying to hit a draw for 30 years. 30 years. And he's still doing the same stupid ass, if I drop my arms down, I'll hit a draw. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. And I look at this swing, and I'm like, and I'm not going to chime in. I can fix him in 10 minutes. Like, dude, I'll get you to hit a draw. He's not the only one. I know another guy. I knew this kid, I played golf with him when he was 30 years. 30 years. And I saw him out there, and he still can't do it. He still can't hit a draw. Like, dude, it's insane. And who's teaching you? I don't know. But, this one guy's like, if I just drop my arms, but his elbows, it's internally rotated, so it's not going to work. You can't get the club under plane if your right elbow is internally rotated. It's got to go. No one's teaching him this? Dude, you're just like 30 years. I can't watch it anymore. That's why I started this channel. I can't watch it, okay? Guys have been playing golf for 40 years, and they're topping a golf ball, and they're thinking they have to accelerate through the shot. No, you got to put on the brakes and let the club accelerate. You're clueless. What have you been doing? I mean, you're paying money. You're paying money for golf. You're paying money for clubs. And look at what you're doing. And don't even get me started on short game. My God. It's crazy. And this isn't from a lack of talent. It's from a lack of knowledge. And, my pro said it best. He goes, these people, they got bad technique. You got bad technique. You hit bad shots. You have no confidence. You get good technique. You start hitting good shots. You start going, hey, I can do this, right? I mean, I know myself. Like, I'm a good chipper, and I think I chunked a couple one day. And I mean, it took me a while to get on. Like, it took me a week, like where I'm like standing over chip, and I'm like, am I gonna chunk this? You know? And it was bad technique. You know, that's why this stuff happens. But but I'm a good chipper. But it's like it definitely, if you're hitting bad shots, it's going in your head, and you're hitting bad shot. And another thing too is like, they chunk a ball and then it's like they don't figure out why. Like that's bizarre. Like you need to know why. And I'll tell you another problem is this method of playing golf where we walk around and we hit a shot and we hit it like crap and we just like forget it ever happened and go to the next shot. If you want to get good at golf, this worked for me. A friend of mine, he's a great college player, and he did the same thing. You got to get out there when no one's out there and just hit 2-3 balls. Forget your damn score and play. If you hit the shot bad, drop a ball, try and hit it right. 3 at the most, and if you hit it good, just keep going. Like, so if you say you got 7 iron to the green, you hit it on the green, go. If you walk up to a chip and you duff the chip, don't just go to the next shot. That's not helping you. It's like you have to learn from your mistakes. So drop a damn ball, and when no one's out there, go out and do that. That's the best way to learn golf. It's the 2-ball rule. And this guy, he was a great college player, and he said to me, he goes, now I play golf like I got 2 balls, and it takes all the pressure off. Like I literally stand over the ball like, well, I got a second ball. Like it's like kind of like he has this thing where he does that in his head. But I mean, I know there's a hole on this course with water, and these people will hit it in the water, and I mean, because of the situations, there's nothing else they can do except go home, and they come back to that hole again, and they're looking at it like, I'm gonna hit it in the water, and it'd be nice if you could just sit there and hit. Some of these people are obsessed with it. Like they'll play the hole and hit it in the water most of the time. And if you could just sit there and hit 5-6 shots and figure out what the hell to do to make that shot work, that's priceless, dude. Like I have shots, I come to certain holes, I know exactly what to do. Now that hole with the water, it's on the left. I point the club face at the right bunker, and I just swing towards the bunker, and it draws in. But it's like that's what I figured out. So there's solutions when you have like these problem shots, but they don't have any solutions. They have no clue. They just swing at it and just pray. Mo Norman said, hope and fear. That's hope and fear. Just swing at it and hope it works out, So this is an interesting hole. So this is number 6. It's a real short par 4. Oh, all right. My opinion on 60-degree wedges are, to me, they're priceless. Okay, because they'll save you so many shots, and I don't care what these people say. Oh, I can open a 56 up. I mean, if you're Phil Mickelson, maybe, but so if you look at this golf course behind me, and you go out there without a 60-degree wedge, you could lose 4 or 5 shots by not having that club in your bag because you're trying to hit it out of the rough and stop the ball on these really fast greens. And some courses have really small greens. And, I play some public courses that have very tame, slow greens. And I could probably go out there without my 60 and be just fine. But you get on a golf course with like a real golf course, and, people go, oh, I can open a 56 up. Let me tell you something. If you're in the rough and you open that 56 up, the blade gets very flat and it can go right under the ball. And it doesn't, sometimes you can go right under. And the thing I love about a 60 is I had a 62. And if I could, I'd carry a 64 because it's going to save your butt. Like this hole here, see up on the right side of this green. If you hit on the right side of that green on this hole with that pin there and you don't have a 60-degree wedge, your next shot could be literally off the green. You can't stop it. It's dead downhill. You're off a downhill lie to this fast green. Without a 60, you're dead. You're dead. So this is like modern golf. Like greens are fast. So, I mean, I had a 62, and on this golf course, I can get up and down from anywhere. I mean, people be like, "Oh, that shot's impossible." I'm like, "Really?" And I would just do it. It's because a 62 in the rough, you just swing at it and it comes out high. And another thing I like about a lofted club is, um, you can play it kind of like hands forward and play it back and hit these like medium high shots with a lot of spin. So just keep watching for my short game video. And like I said, it might be a paid thing. I'll do short game videos. I'll do like short ones, but I'm going to do like the short game Bible because people need to learn this stuff. And, you know, I mean, to be able to take a 60, like a 60, you can hit these like low shots with a lot of spin. That's why I mean, it's like Phil Mickelson does it. Like he takes a 64, he uses it everywhere. He can hit it low, he can hit it high. It's not hard. It's not hard to hit it low, hit it high. I know these people, they have a 60 and you're like, well, I don't know how to do it. You just swing harder, dude. Swing harder. It goes higher. What's so hard about that? But they're scared. They're scared to swing hard. They're scared. They're scared. If I hit it thin, it's going to go farther over the green. So your technique sucks. You're scared. You play golf scared. I don't know what to tell you. And then they go, well, I can't. And then they take their 56 and it comes out low and it hits the green. It ends up going over on the other side in the rough. And now they got the same shot and then they try, and then they end up putting the ball in their pocket and taking double. But yes, I definitely get a 60 and learn how to use the freaking thing. Okay. It's not the devil. It's freaking, like I said, I'd put a 64 in my bag in a heartbeat. So there was a guy at this club and very good player. He's a 3-4 handicap. And I saw him out in the practice area and he had a 64-degree wedge. I'm like, dude, I said that thing will save your butt out here. And he practiced with that thing and he got in this big tournament and he got in this one hole. It was an elimination tournament and he was done. He was gonna get eliminated and that thing came he hit a flop shot from on the other side of the bunker to the downhill green. It came over the bunker, and he ended up winning that tournament because of that shot and that club. He couldn't have done it with another club. Saved his ass. 64-degree wedge, man. So, if you want to be scared, don't get one. If you want to play golf scared. But, you can't be scared, especially in short game. You got to hit the shot that's required. And you're always going to have these people like, well, I can do it with a 56. It's different. You can open a 56, but like I said, you're doing more to manufacture the shot. It's just harder. And now the only thing about a 6-degree wedge, I'm not big on. I do hit mine full sometimes. Doesn't go very far. I can hit it maybe 80 yards. I think tour pros hit a 60, 100, maybe 110. Most long hitters, it's like max 100 yards, but it's not a full 60. No one's big on hitting a full 60-degree wedge, but it's fine. You can hit a full 60, 70. I love 70 yards. I'm hitting my 60. Just swing it. I don't have to kill it, so it's good. So that's it. Get a 60. Learn to use it, dude. Just get it, and just it's even if go buy one on eBay for $50. Buy an old Titleist SM6, SM5, and have a blast. Don't be scared. Open it up. I'm gonna do the videos. I'm gonna do the flop shots. It's awesome. And it's a crowd pleaser. When you do it, it's a crowd pleaser. People go, wow. It's like, but it's not hard. It's not that hard. You just gotta know how to do it. You gotta know how to do it and you can't be scared. You can't play golf scared. So that's that. But like I said, I mean, there's a couple courses I could get by without it because the greens are slow, the greens are tame, the rough isn't a big deal. But on this place, you have a bad day hitting the ball on this course and you don't have a 60, it could 7 shots. It could kill you. So that's that. Some of these bunkers even, you need a 60 just to get out of the bunker. So it's pretty hard. Sometimes it's hard to just get a sand shot out of the bunker. So, but I don't know. I think the funnest thing in the world is hitting a flop shot. So I would never I love hitting flop shots. I love it. You just swing at it, man. Just swing. Swing, fearless, flop it up there. All right, Dill? So, don't be scared. It's funny, though. I have these people like, oh, I'm afraid. They have a 60 and they're like, I don't want to hit it. Like, so you punch it over the greens. So, I mean, I would say if you're in the fairway and you don't need it. Now, that's another thing about a 60 is don't hit it if you don't need it. So, you know, one thing about short game is the more loft, the more variables. So the more the height, you know, you could hit it in different ways. So, you know, I caddied for Gary Player a few times. And Gary Player is obsessed with telling people, get those wedges out of your hands. That's like, get those wedges out of your hands. And he's kind of stuck in the past, honestly. Like, you don't understand, like, the new game is, but he'll literally, he chips with 6 irons, 7 irons, 8. He chips with the lowest loft that he can get away with for the shot. And he is right. I mean, I see people hitting 60s. Like, if you're in the fairway and you got tons of green, you want to hit a shot that's, you know, going to run out a little. It's stupid to hit a 60. But there's something wrong with your technique while you're punching over the green. I would kind of have to see it. I'm trying to think how you would punch a 60 over the green. Is it getting hit on the face, or is it just hitting it thin? I think if you play it back and you hit it thin, you could punch it over the greens. But just wait for my chipping videos. That's all I can tell you. Wait for my chipping videos, and you'll be good. I'll start doing them soon. It's just cold, really cold. We got an Arctic blast coming in, so. But I'm going to Palm Springs, California, and they got a very nice chipping area. Like it's a green. I think I can chip on. I can do videos and stuff. But I'm gonna do it's gonna be like the chipping Bible, and I'm gonna explain all the things that no one has a clue about, like bounce, how to hit out of firm sand, how to hit out of soft sand, lob shots, bump and runs. My secret to chipping is the main thing. So, but yeah, keep using that 60. I love the Jaws wedges, by the way. Very good. Love Callaway wedges. They're great. Hate Cleveland. Some people like them. I never liked Cleveland. The Callaways are awesome. A lot of the guys from Florida would come up. These stud players. A lot of them had those the Jaws raw wedges. Awesome. Very good. Callaway wedges are sick. Good. I like Tyler's, but I never liked Cleveland wedges for some reason. Just don't like them. I don't know what it is. But all right. So says I got 15 people watching, but I got no questions. Start asking some questions, or I'm gonna go to bed. How's that? So this is, here you go. This is 16, par 5 16 at Aronimink. And these guys are going to be hitting like 7, 8 iron into this green. They're going to destroy this hole. But it's a par 70 and there's only 2 par 5s. So, and the second one is the tee is actually up there. See behind the screen up on the left is the tee for the 9-hole par 5. I won't blow you away with this one. It's 605. When this video will be... Oh, which video? Oh, right away, Dill. I can get it done in a day. So I'll be done in a day. Just send it to me. I'll get it done in a day. So I'll be done very quickly. So this is the hole I was talking about with the water. So it's like the water on the left cuts back in the green. Why would you ever hit it over there? It's like... But I got an inch or so if we want to talk about equipment. So this hole with this water on the left, and now lately I haven't been doing it much. But there was a time when I was they moved the tee, and it was playing like 185 yards. And I was kind of clanking these longer irons into the water. I did a couple times on the left. And I'm always playing like a match for some money. You know what I mean? And it's like bad. You get on 17, it'll just destroy you. And I was like, you know, I got this 5 hybrid. And I bought this 5 hybrid on eBay for like $40. And so help me God, I never hit it in the water again. It's like, when you got to hit over something, I'll hit the hybrid anytime. Like a 6 iron, you hit a little off the toe, a little off the heel, you're in the water. Hybrid, man, it's going the distance, and it lands soft, and that's the best advice I can give you on clubs. If you're not, I mean, really good players, they got 4 irons and 5 irons, but I'm older. Like this course, the greens are, you know, they get hard to hold, and I could never even hold the green with like a you know, even a 5 iron gets tough. What do you think about swinging the sole of the club on the downswing? I don't know. I don't think about any part of the club swinging. I just swing the weight of the club. You know, clubs work. They're weighted to swing a certain way. I feel the weight of the club, but I don't think of any particular part of the club. And I certainly don't think of like the toe. I know I watched some old Jimmy Ballard videos because I saw him pop up, and I used to watch Jimmy Ballard. He's crazy. He was terrible. It's unbelievable. I mean, he was great. Like he had, I think he had Curtis Strange, Sandy Lyle. I mean, Curtis Strange 2 U.S. Opens. I think he gave Seve lessons, but his swing is the worst. He's like arms in front of the body, roll the toe over the heel. Like you're talking about, you can't hit it any shorter. Okay, arm pinned on the side, arms in front of the body, arm pinned on the side, and roll. It's literally like how to hit it the shortest possible distance. It's crazy. And I don't know. I mean, I know Curtis Strange was not a long hitter, but boy, he's like an old Southern guy. He's talking about this stuff it's like gospel, and it's like, man, you look back at that, it's like crazy. I mean, golf instruction was hard. And I'm not just talking me. Okay, I watched hours of Brian Manzella, who's a very good instructor. He's probably like a top 20 in the country, and he did a video on the history of golf instruction, and it was fascinating. And it's funny because people go, oh, your videos are long. Like my videos, I sat through this thing. It probably was like an hour and a half, and I didn't move off my seat. It was fascinating. And he went from the beginning of teaching all the way up through. He went Ben Doyle, golfing machine. I mean, that's when I was first started playing golf. I watched Ben Doyle torture these people with this basic motion. And I would sit there for you think my videos are long? I would sit there for a half an hour watching him torture some guy, and I'm looking at it going, what's he trying to get this guy to do? Like, I don't understand. Like, what's he trying to get this guy to do? And so Ben Doyle and golfing machine, he went through Jimmy Ballard. He went through, and then the stack and tilt and the things under the arms and how that destroyed so many swings. So I ain't just talking out my butt. I did all of it too. And, Jimmy Ballard helped me a lot because he was the first guy who said you could move when you swing. Like, you don't have to keep your head perfectly still. And I was left-handed playing right-handed. And when you tell someone who's not used to moving in that direction to keep your head still, what you have is zero power. You can't learn the move that you need to learn to go in that direction. So once I started letting my head move a little bit, I started going, oh wow, look, I can shift my weight and I can still. And look, I move off the ball, and I'm trying to actually lessen that. And it's a problem with I think it's a problem with my flexibility and the way I turn. But I caddied for Laura Davies on this course here behind me in the ladies PGA. And you should see her move off the ball. And I was like, when I saw that, I was like, wait a second. Like she won 70 some tournaments. She's Hall of Fame women's golfer, 8 majors. She moves way off the ball. And I think with her, it's her size. You know, when you're big, you can't. It's hard to side bend, and you just kind of, you know. But you know, it's stupid. It's like no one. The worst thing anyone ever says: keep your head still. Like, please, okay. It's like, look at these swings now. Their heads are going back, down, up, forward. It's like, I mean, look at Tommy Fleetwood, man. His head's like you take a 3-foot hoop. Where his head's moving when he hits his driver and going down and back. So, and these people, it's always the people. Oh, I gotta keep my head still, and they chunk it. And they're the worst. And they're walking around and they've been doing this for 40 years, and they're walking around going, I gotta keep my head still. It's like, yeah, I know you suck. When you sit there and say, so. The ultimate clues to someone who will never be good at golf, they're walking around going, I got to keep my head still. And they're going, what's the other one? Got to keep my head down. That's another one. Your head does not stay down. It goes down and it goes up. if you're walking around going, I got to keep my head down, I know you're bad. And then, so got to keep my, I'm trying to accelerate through the ball. And the worst chippers are the ones who are going, I got to accelerate. The worst. It's crazy. I got to accelerate through this, and they're the worst. Never fails. So, it's quite an interesting game. I'm telling you, dude, I'm out there every day like, what is going on? You know, that's why I'm telling you, that's why I started this channel. I was out there one day, and this guy, he's been playing his whole life, and he's topping the ball. And like he can't even get the club to hit the ball. And it's funny because this particular guy, when I first started caddying at this club, I saw this guy hit a ball. I'm like, man, I wish that I could hit a ball like that. He can just pound it. Hits it far. And 3 years later, I broke 80. I shot a 77 on. It's a championship golf course. I shot a 77 on this golf course 3 years later. And all the thanks in the world to Jay Sigel, because I used to watch him play and caddied for him all the time. And I would just watch Jay Sigel, and I would be mesmerized to everything he did. And I would go hit balls with that in my head. But the guy who I first saw, he never even got a single digit. And he plays 4 times a week. And has a range, instructors. Now they got simulators where they can simulate playing golf. It's crazy. It's like, and now here he is now 40 years later, and I'm watching him top the ball. Top. I caddy for this guy, another one. He just go out, and you know, this guy's great. He has fun. It's fine. But he's not having fun when he's hitting it like crap. He's miserable. And he's like, one day he was like topping it. He topped his like 5th, 6th shot. And he goes to me like, what am I doing? And I'm like, I can't sympathize with you. I literally told him, I go, I don't, you know, I topped the ball like 2 years ago. I was trying to hit a hybrid out of the rough and I topped it. I don't, you know, don't know what to tell you. It's your concept of hitting a golf ball. You don't understand the concept of hitting a golf ball. You're trying to accelerate through the shot. You don't accelerate. You put on the brakes. The club hits the ball every time. You just don't know what you're doing. So, simple as that. All right. Any more questions? I got 13 people watching. I can talk all night, though. You know, but if people show some interest, otherwise, probably going to go to bed. Look at this hole. This hole. One of the great par 3s, really special. So this hole actually was when they played 3 professional tournaments, and it was rated the 3rd hardest par 3 on tour. It might even have been the 3rd hardest hole on tour. They put the pin back right. It's par 3, 200 and it's 250, and this is the hole 605. So look at this. Watch this. This is great. 605 yards up the hill. Dustin Johnson hit this hole, driver 4-iron. And I tell people that we're walking by, and I go, "Yeah, Dustin Johnson," and they look up and they go, "What?" It's like trying to imagine the end of the universe. It's crazy. And actually, Justin Rose won the AT&T here, and I was watching on TV, and he hit a 3-iron hybrid thing, like the Callaway, that kind of thick 3-iron thing, and the pin was way back left, like way back in the left corner. He goes from 605 driver 3-iron to 4 feet and makes it for eagle. And you're like, what? These guys, you know. And I'll be honest, like they're gonna have a PGA here, and I don't know how they're gonna stop them. Don't really know how. They're gonna shoot. I think they're gonna shoot over 20 under. I would think. Maybe I'm wrong. They made some holes longer, and the rough's gonna be pretty nasty, and maybe they get hit with some weather, you know. So that's about it. This is a sick hole here, number 10. This is probably, for the average player, the hardest hole in the golf course, because you really, not easy. Hardest tee shot for sure. Keep it in the fairway. Anything left of center will go into the rough. So, and they're going to play this from the first tee. It's going to be like 480. And they're going to drive it, and then second, and the green is like your worst nightmare. Green's a nightmare. It's unbelievably undulating green. They got a front left pin that's a nightmare, a back left pin that's a nightmare, a back right pin that's a nightmare. Nightmares. When the green's fast, it's like a nightmare. Like, even Gary Player was like, this green's way too hard for this hole. And I told him, I said, you're putting for birdie. Why? He's like, he's on in two. I'm like, he's like, this green's way too hard. I'm like, well, you're putting for birdie. Like, we want like an easy 2-putt. But that's what they want. That's tour pros. They don't want to be anything. They don't want to look silly. So, all right. Well, if I don't get any more questions, says I got 13 people watching. But thank you all for watching, and thank you all for following my channel. I got a lot of it. I have videos like wild stuff. And let me tell you about my channel. Okay, I know my videos are a little long to start. I'm trying. I don't know how the hell you use a script. Oh my God, put a freaking script up in front of me? I don't do that. Okay, I can just talk. So I'm trying to give you like information, and oh, where's the bonus? I don't hit a 4-iron. I gave up on 4-irons a long time ago. I hit hybrids. Okay. All these guys are getting rid of their 4-irons. Oh. Yes. Bethpage is definitely one of the toughest. I never played Bethpage Black. But my buddies would all go up there and play the back tees, and they would come back and be like, what? I mean, yeah. Bethpage Black is insanely different. I mean, my one friend was a +4 handicap. He played on the mini tour, and he would go up there and just like, you know, I played with him at Pine Valley, and he tore Pine Valley up. But he was like, I think he was 2 under when we got to 14, and then he kind of misclubbed and took a number on that hole. But you know, Pine Valley wasn't hard for him. You don't even hit driver at Pine Valley. Bethpage Black is, I've never played it. I don't know, but yeah, man. Hybrids are the greatest thing. Look, Freddie Couples has it is a funny story. So Freddie Couples has 6.5 4.3 hybrid. So I've been out with Gary Player probably 3 times now, and he has 3, 4, 5. He might have a 6. He does. He has a 6 hybrid. His longest iron is a 7-iron. He can't hit that. He can't miss the hybrids. He cannot miss them. If he has a hybrid, Gary Player's hitting the green with a hybrid. That's all there's to it. I saw him drop. He was like, came out there and he was like, it was kind of slow, and he just wanted to swing. And he dropped 3 balls, and he had this like 5 hybrid, and they just go, whew, these high draws. And then he takes a 7-iron, I don't know, he hit and he hits it fat, and he has trouble hitting the irons, you know. But not that I'm not saying Gary Player can't hit a 7-iron, but he can't miss the hybrids, and they're really good because okay, so a long iron is worthless out of the rough. It's worthless. If you have to hit over something and you miss a long iron, you are in whatever you're trying to hit over. Hybrids just hit over. So I know the one guy, I know he's 70 and he's still, you know, mid single digits. And if it wasn't for hybrids, you could probably give it up. But he is so good with hybrids. He's almost better. If he has 200 yards, I'm really confident he's going to be on the green. If he has 150, he might just chunk an 8-iron or a 9-iron. He might just chunk it. It's very possible. So, not that we can replace 8 and 9-irons, but I'm big on hybrids, especially when you get older. And they go really high, you know. So, it's funny. So, when the long putters, I got all sorts of stories. When the long putter came out, you know, and my friend got one, I had this friend, and he couldn't make a 2-foot putt ever. The only reason I could ever beat him, because he was better than me, was because he missed all these 2-foot putts. And one day I came out, he's got this long putter, and it was the first time I ever saw one. He was like one of the first person to ever get a long putter. And I'm like, that's cheating. I'm like, you're anchoring it to your body. It's cheating. And it took, what, like 15 years to realize it was, and I said it right off the bat. And he never missed another 2-footer again with that damn thing. Like, and that was it. I couldn't beat him anymore. But there was a pro, and they were talking to the pro, and they're like, so they said to the pro, they said, so what do you think about the long putters? Are they cheating? He goes, long putters aren't cheating. He goes, you want cheating? He goes, hybrids are cheating. So, okay, so yeah, so the thing about hybrids is, they're very interesting. You know, you can hit them like a wood, and you can hit them like an iron. I know people who say they just hit them like an iron, and they kind of hit down on them. And I hit them like a wood. So I just try to sweep them. So, let me tell you right now, though, hybrids are a bit of a love-hate kind of club. Like, some people love them, and some people hate them. And the people who hate them end up resorting to, like, 7-woods. But 7-woods aren't as good out of the rough. I don't like them. And it's 7-wood's like a longer shaft. So like a 7-wood would be like a 3 hybrid. And it's a bigger head. It's not as good out of the, you know, the pros love these 7-woods. They hit them like 240. But so just, you know, if let me tell you something, if you don't hit your hybrid right away, just stick with it. I hated hybrids for a while. I didn't hit them good. What kind of hybrid did you get, Dill? Did you say it was the Callaway one? You said, was that what it was? The Callaway Smoke? They're good. It was funny when hybrids first came out. They all like hooked. They would all hook, and people had that trouble. Like if you hit them a little off the toe, they would just go screaming left, and they got way better. So, the first hybrids that I actually really liked were Titleist hybrids, and I saw people actually hitting fades with them, and I'm like, oh my god, hybrids that fade, and you can because they're just kind of like they're made, you know, TaylorMade. Their old hybrids were just kind of like they had this. It's like a self-correcting feature where when you hit on the toe, it's supposed to bring it back, and it brings it way back. I mean, it goes friggin' like you start hitting it off the toe, it goes so far left. But I have the Stealth 2 hybrids. I freaking love them. I love the carbon face. Now you said the carbon face. The thing with me, hybrids feel like a rock. Like when you hit them, they feel hard, you know, because it's a small head, and the carbon face just gives it that soft feel. I love them, and I have a TaylorMade driver. I got QI35. I love the carbon face. People say it's too soft. I don't know. I love it. So, yeah, man, replace those long irons. Like seriously. I mean, the thing is, you know, here's how golf works. You put the hybrid in your bag. Like if you come to this course behind me, see this course behind me? You come to this course without a hybrid, it's going to cost you, unless you drive it dead solid all day, it could cost you 5 shots not having any kind of hybrid or a lofted club. I mean, You can hit, I can hit I can take a 4 hybrid and I can knock it on these greens from 200 yards in the rough sometimes if I catch a lie. Depends how the rough is. I would be worthless. Um, oh, the Cobra? Oh, Cobras are nice, dude. I love Cobra. Cobra clubs are great. Man, they're good. Cool. Yeah, but but I was going to say, dude, golf is like, you can change your clubs. You can go to, look at the course and be like, you think and, you know, some courses, maybe the iron's fine. Maybe there's just one hole that just, that 4 iron might just be the club you want. But that's not, I mean, Ray Floyd put a 5-wood in his bag just for the Masters. And he won the Masters because he put the 5-wood in his bag. I love these people that are like, they fret over, should I buy a club? Well, if you buy it and you don't hit it right, there's going to be a time, so I play this stupid little par 3 course, and there's this one hole where we've been playing it. We've been playing it from, because they close the tees because they're redoing the tees, and we play it from like near the screen, and you have to hit it like 200 over this monstrously. It's not the hole, it's the way we're playing it. And you got a 200-yard shot over this really tall tree. I would love to have a 7-wood, and if I did, I'd bring it out there just for that shot. Bang, hit a 7-wood over. So. Have fun, man. Learn to hit all the clubs. That's what I say. You never know when, But like this course here, it's really long. It's long par 4s. And if you're driving it bad, you could end up with a lot of like 185, 200 in the rough. And you can knock it on with a hybrid. And if you don't have a hybrid, a lot of times you're just hacking 8 and 9 irons out. Like, that's how bad it is. Like this rough on this course, you cannot hit a 6 or 7 iron out of it, period. You can't do it when it's up. But sometimes a hybrid will come the hell out. And they'll come out low and it'll go far. So, and I know a guy, he plays here and he's a phenomenal player. And he's got a 5 hybrid, and he's a long hitter. But he's got a 5 hybrid in his bag because he knows if he has a bad day driving the ball, that thing's going to save his butt. And it does, And actually one guy I caddy for, we were on the hole after this hole, and he was in the rough, and I'm like, you see, you're trying to hack this 8 or 9 iron out. I'm like, go buy. I told him to get a 5 hybrid, and he bought a 6 hybrid, and he can hit that thing 200 yards out of the rough. Like, and the first time he did it, he's like, really? And I'm like, yeah, dude. Like, and he bought it, and the first time he hit it out of the rough, he was in shock. The thing came screaming out. That's another thing. Hybrids in the rough, they come out hot. And they go really far. Sometimes you can get a... Here's a story for you. So there's a hole out here, number 12. And I hit this drive left. And this was when I bought that 5 hybrid for number 17. And I was in the rough, and these big trees in front of me. I had 208 yards over these trees. And I didn't care. I'm like, I'm just going to take this 5 hybrid swing as hard as I possibly can. And I did. This thing came out like a missile over the trees and rolled about 10 feet to the back right pin. Ain't another club in the world I could have done that with. No way. And if I hadn't had that, I would have been like, punching it out to the fairway. And I didn't make the putt for birdie. But I always think about that. Like, that shot was like insane. And there's no other club I could have done it with. 5 hybrid just came screaming out of the rough. I don't know. So, yeah, hybrids can be troublesome for people. Some people just really, and usually it's because their swings suck. I hate to say it. Clubs are clubs. I can, look, let me tell you something. I don't play golf much, but I'm still a single-digit player, and I can hit. I go to the range, and people are like, oh, yeah, I bought this 7-wood, and I hit it. And it goes high, anything, I got this high, and I hit it. I hit it on the face, goes hit in the middle of the face. Pretty much, I hit almost every club in the middle of the face. And certainly off a mat, it's very easy. So, I honestly, if there's some club that you absolutely can't hit, like I just can't hit hybrids, well, I'd be looking at your golf swing because it's just another club. They kind of got that smaller head. It can be a little intimidating because it's that smallish kind of head, but whatever. You gotta understand, and no offense to people who are struggling at golf, because that's like why I did this channel, but people are bad at golf. Okay. And I'm telling you this from opinion. Walking this guy in is unbelievable. And I understand some people don't have the time, but I mean, people have been playing 3 times a week for 30 years. And it's crazy. And it's just, I don't know. It's I don't know if it's bad instruction. Like, I am not, I have terrible hand-eye coordination. You could throw me a ball and I could drop it. I'm not an athlete. I was in Little League Baseball. I think I got 1 hit in the whole season. I stink. I'm not athletic, but I'm smart, you know. That's why, like, you look at doctors, little doctors. They're not athletic, but they're smart. They know how to figure stuff out. So they're good. They're good golfers, you know. Some smart people are usually people who are analytical and figure stuff out are very good. And I'm gonna tell you one story, and then I'm out of here. So, athletes are a lot of them are terrible golfers. Hockey players are the best. It's not even close. Hockey players are the best golfers. It's insane how good these guys are at golf. Okay? Baseball players are brutally bad. But pitchers, and I don't know if it's because pitchers don't practice as much, they may have, but I think they understand, like, technique. You know, like a pitcher knows, like, certain techniques. And they also have this, like, they stride, they open up, and they throw. That's golf, right? You shift, you open, you swing. You know, and hitters are, but, you know, I remember years ago I came from Mike Schmidt, you know, greatest third baseman of all time, and he was a phenomenal golfer, and he's very cerebral, very smart. Even in baseball and in golf, very, very smart. So, just what I can tell you, just keep learning, and, you know, keep watching my channel, and that's it. So, I'm done for the night. I appreciate all the questions, and if you guys are watching, and you can send me your swing, $40. Could be the best $40 you ever spend, honestly, if you're a golfer. So, because I don't do the same old crap, you know. I've had a couple people coming over the top, and I do a thing for about coming over the top you'll never hear anywhere else. It's so simple. It's crazy, you know. Like, it's like some of this, like earlier I told you about this guy, 30 years, still comes over the top every swing, and anyone can fix him because they're telling him, like, drop your arms, doesn't work. Anyway, that's it. Good night, everyone. It was fun, and hope to see you around. Keep watching, subscribe, like, comment. Comments really help. We gotta get the videos out, and share. Okay, I know you don't want your friends playing good golf. That's the thing about it. You really don't want your friends playing good golf. You just want to beat the crap out of them. But all right, everyone. So that's it. Good night. Thank you.